Hello, good afternoon. This is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well on this Sunday afternoon. And today I'm going to try something a bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm actually going to try and restore a model car, or 1 in 64 scale car to be precise. I've wanted to do this for a while. I've had no practice runs. This is it. The only thing I have done before this is I've already taken a base off of another car to get some wheels, some donor wheels. But if this goes well today, excuse me, if this goes well today, then I'm going to be doing more in the future, customs and it's more the restorals I want to get into, like when you find a casting that's a bit tatty that you would like. So that's the plan. I'm sure I'm going to make many mistakes. I'm going to be pausing the camera at certain points, and so just stick with it. This is the car that I'm going to be doing. This old majorette Mercedes Benz. Let's have a little look underneath. So say it, majorette, made in France, and it is the Mercedes 350 SL. Let's just put the camera down a little bit. And the reason I chose this car is just because it's cool, and it's got an opening boot. So not a lot of paint to remove. I have minimal stuff. I have enough bits to do this car, but another reason I picked this car is because it won't take too much detailing. I'm going to leave the front pretty much as it is when it's cleaned up. The back already has the lights from the body. So it'll just be a case of taking it to pieces, separating the parts, cleaning parts up, and excuse me, yeah, and obviously giving the body getting the rest of this paint off, maybe clean up the bodywork a bit, and then give it a coat of paint. And anyway, let's get straight into it. So the first thing we'll do is I'll position myself ready for taking it to pieces, and I will be back. And I'm back. Now I was going to drill this in front of you all, but as I said, this is pretty much my first. I've only drilled one other car out, so I decided not to. But anyway, here we go. It's popped apart. So that's the underneath. We'll just put it to one side, and then obviously there's the interior and the backlights. So we'll just stick that into the pot. That's my wash pot. So I'll do them later on. Excuse me. And there's the window glass. As I said, we'll give that a good clean up in a bit, so that can go into the wash pot as well at the back. And there's the bodywork. So like I said, in a bit I will remove as much of this paint as I can, and then we'll get it ready for spraying. So we just stick that to one side, and these are the wheels. So obviously I have to pop these. Just screw it underneath there. Fiddly, tell you that much. There you go. That's that off, and they can be got rid of. So there's the base. So that can be cleaned up. These are the wheels I'm going to put on eventually, I think, for the minute, because like I said, I was going to buy some wheels, but I think these look pretty cool. And the paint I'm going to use is like a burgundy metallic just for the minute, because like I said, it's just a tester. But anyway, so we'll there's the car so far. And like I said, we'll switch off for a second, and I will show you a bit more when I've cleaned the body up a little bit. Hello, and I'm back. Right, that's the bodywork cleaned up of paint. There's a few little specks to remove still, but I'll do that just before spraying in a bit. So that's the bodywork, and I've just got to give it a slight burnish to get off some of them darker splotches. But and then that'll be them out of the way then. So that's to one side a second. I've cleaned up the spring as best I can. It's quite brittle, and I don't want to bend it or snap it. But that's cleaned up as best I can. So that's that done, and the base has had a good clean, got rid of most of the corrosion off of it, and like I said, that's not being painted. This is going to be just a restoration stroke customization, because obviously it's not going to be the same color as it was. And I've now decided to go with these wheels because apart from the fact I think they look a bit cooler, sort of multi-spoke wheel, they're also more the right size. The other wheels stuck out just a little bit far. So and I've got all the parts soaking in some warm soapy water, ready to be cleaned with the brush in a bit. So now it's just a case now of really doing the last preparation to the body and giving it a mist coat. And then whilst this is drying, I will clean the body parts, and then the last thing will be to do the last coat, and I'll show you on the last coat me actually spraying the last coat. So I'll be back again shortly. Right, so that's the first sort of coat drying, and whilst that's drying I'll just clean this up slightly. And the interior is in pretty good condition, just obviously really dirty and dusty. And like I said, I'm just doing this in just a bit of soapy warm water just for the second. And like I said, I'm not going to be going mad with this car. It really is just an experiment. I don't know, you know, how it's going to look on film. It might look completely rubbish. I know when I've seen other people doing these things, obviously they do the whole process, showing you the drilling and all sorts of stuff. But with this, it's more of just like I said, see how it turns out. And also, next time, be a bit better prepared. This is cut pretty well. Like I said, I mainly picked this casting because apart from the fact I really like the way it looks with a little boot that opens, it wasn't a great deal of work to be doing to the car. Actual fact, wasn't, you know, it's quite minimal, you know. Like I said, I'll give that a little bit longer to soak. It's pretty much clean now, and the next thing now is to give the car its final coat. And I'm back again, and it's got the first coat on now, and I'm just waiting for it to cure, to get harder. Definitely some stuff I'll do differently next time. I thought I was pretty much set up for it, but I wasn't. It's definitely a pain in the butt having to do most of the stuff upstairs in my spare room and then run outside to do the other bits. I think next time I'm going to set up in my shed, because I've got quite a nice shed, and I could do everything from there, the stripping, the cleaning, and just basically put the camera on and let it roll right the way through the whole process. And obviously in between paint coats I'll have to, you know, turn it off, because obviously it takes a long time for it to cure. But whilst we're waiting, like I said, all the parts are all ready to go back together. And oh, drop the wheels, and there's the wheels that I'm going to be using. So that's pretty cool. And these are the wheels that was on there, and I did think about cleaning them up, but to be perfectly honest, I don't know many Mercedes that have triangle shape sort of. They look a bit like the old TSW wheels. I think they were called TSWs, but I don't know many Mercedes that have them, so they're not worth restoring. And like I said, these wheels that I actually quite liked are a bit dark. They're steely effects, but they're just too wide. But yeah, so anyway, let's proceed with the second coat. Right, going to try and show you doing the final coat. So I don't know if you've seen any of that, but we'll pause again to hang it up. And we're back again, and I've finished it. I was going to show putting the car back together, but it was just taking so long. Definitely next time I do one, there'll be a lot of things different I will do. I've just ordered myself a tap and die set. I've glued this one. But that's because I plan to take it apart again, because the paint I bought wasn't very good. The lacquer was a faulty can, and so I thought, right, because this would have looked so much better with a clear coat of lacquer on it. But it hadn't turned out too bad. It's my first attempt, and it's back together, as you can see, all clean. And like I said, there's lots of things I could have done better, but it was just yeah. And I thought I wouldn't bore you lot with me putting it back together, but it's all cleaned up. Let's just put the camera, aim the camera down, put it in the sunlight there. But yeah, it hasn't turned out too bad. The wheels do move. The back ones are a little bit stiff, but I'm not sure how old this casting is. I presume it's from the 80s. I'm going to get the boot up a second. There you go, the boots. All up. But anyway, I hope I haven't bored you all to tears. Please like and subscribe. I will be doing more of these, but like I said, a bit different next time. And like I said, I'll leave some comments. I'm sure you lot have got know more about this than I do. And I'll see you all very soon.